Hey whiskey lovers, Whiskey Explorer Luke here with another whiskey tasting video. And today I'm going to be doing a comparison of some whiskeys that I've been meaning to compare for a long time. And that is a comparison of Laphroaig Ten and Ardbeg Ten. So Laphroaig Ten is kind of I'd say it's my favorite whiskey at this point, mainly because it's under $40 and it's a lot of fun. Ardbeg is kind of the ultra hyped whiskey of today, and I think this will be an interesting comparison because they're both 10 years old. They're both peated from Islay, and we'll see what we get. So let me start with the Laphroaig. Now I've shown this bottle before, but here's what it looks like. Pretty classic white and green bottle. Let's see if I can get that to focus. Where's my paper? There we go. Closer. There. Yep, pronounced Laphroaig. Fair enough. So let's have a taste of this. So Laphroaig is a peated whiskey, like I said. This is bottled at 43% alcohol. I'm not sure about colorant or chill filtering on this one, but who knows. Color-wise, this is about an amber plus 1, amber plus 1.5. And so let's see what the nose is like. There's some nuttiness here. It's obvious it's peated, so there's a lot of smoke. I've said before that I've never actually smelled peat before, but it's supposed to be kind of a smoky dirt smell. I get the smoke, but I don't know. Dirt, But yeah, so Laphroaig, once you get past the peatiness, there's actually some sweetness here. So it's kind of an interesting malt to smell. Let's have a taste. Like I said, so this is under $40 for me, at least in my location, and it's fun because it has a lot of flavor. There's just a blast in your mouth of peat and like a medicinal flavor. A little bit of saltiness there. I'm going to add a little water. I add water to just about all my whiskey, and over time I found that I've added more and more just because the alcohol kind of gets in the way of the tasting, in my opinion. So I like to kind of dull it down a bit and get to the flavors. Yeah, so a little water here cuts through the smoke a good bit, and you can get to the sweeter tones of this. There's like a Sharpie marker smell here. Let's have another taste. You know, once again, the water here is cutting through the smoke a bit. Get to more nutty flavors. The sweetness is coming through a bit more. It's good on the finish. Actually, with some water here, this is kind of a shorter finish. Although the smokiness kind of stays around, the alcohol doesn't stick around so much. So you don't have so much warming in your mouth as much as you have the smokiness. Maybe a teensy bit of nuttiness there. Interesting. So let's see what the Ardbeg Ten is like. So this is bottled at 46%. I'll show you the bottle. I'm assuming that because Ardbeg is so popular, there you go, non-chill filtered, I'm assuming they probably don't color this as well. Ardbeg, the ultimate Islay single malt Scotch whiskey. On the back, oh, I don't know, some words, flavor text. Let's see. Pouring this out, it looks more syrupy to me than the Laphroaig. I don't know why that is, but that's the sense I'm getting. This is actually wow, this is a really light whiskey. This is like an amber, 1, 2, 3, amber -4, very, very light. So my Laphroaig is here, and you can compare that to the Ardbeg. It's hard to show you that in the camera there. So yeah, very light whiskey, and you know, probably the purpose of this green bottle is you know, to hide that dull color so that people don't make a decision based on the amber color of the whiskey and they choose it for quality. So let's have a sniff here. So this has quite a bit of a brighter nose to it. More citrus, I'd say. Man, compared to the Laphroaig, the smokiness is a lot, there's a lot less smokiness in the Ardbeg. It's still there, of course. It's got a very, it's sweet in a, I guess I would say, like a pear, or it's like a sour pear almost. It's very interesting. For an Islay whiskey, I would expect a lot more smoke, and this is actually kind of a cleaner, sweeter, more floral, citrusy type nose. I could smell this for a while and be entertained, I think. Let's have a taste. So the nuttiness of the Laphroaig compared to the nuttiness of this, the Laphroaig is almost like a heavy peanut butter, whereas this is kind of more of a like an almond type nuttiness, a lot lighter. The alcohol is a little bit strong for me, so I'm going to add some water. Can't quite taste what's going on there. See what it's like now on the nose after I've added water. That's about the same, actually. The citrus the citrus in this is quite strong. Let's have a taste. That's a bit better. Yeah, so it's kind of, if I was to try to describe this in Laphroaig terms, which I'm trying to do in my head, it's kind of like if you took the Laphroaig and just sort of smoothed it out a bit and added quite a bit of citrus. That's very interesting. Very bright. I'm going to have a taste of this, and then I'm going to have a taste of Laphroaig, and we'll see what the tastes are like. There's some saltiness there. In the finish, it's kind of dwindling down to like a licorice flavor. The bitterness that I know, that I'm familiar with in Laphroaig is kind of there in the Ardbeg, although it tastes like it almost fits a little better, like it blends better with the flavors of the Ardbeg. Whereas Laphroaig, that bitterness in the finish, actually, it's kind of like this final ringing a noise almost that doesn't fit in very well. Yeah, so Laphroaig is a deeper, heavier leather kind of taste, whereas Ardbeg is a lighter, fresher, cleaner taste. Although they're both distinctly peated whiskeys, and it's very interesting to see the difference. I highly recommend tasting these two. If I had to choose which was better, I don't think I could. Laphroaig is interesting for times when you want something that's kind of extreme, powerful, whereas the Ardbeg is great for kind of an evening sip. When if you're still a peat lover and you want that kind of gentle, you want the peat but also a gentler whiskey, Ardbeg is great for that. So both very interesting whiskeys. I hope that's been helpful. Until next time, I hope to taste some more whiskey with you. Bye.